Hi, collective, and happy full moon to all of you. I hope that this live finds you well and in good spirits. My name is Gabrielle, and you are tuned in to Cusp of Roses, where I do timeless general tarot readings for all 12 cusp zodiac signs every new and full moon and every zodiac season. If you're interested in that content, make sure you hit that subscribe button, drop a comment down below, and like whatever videos resonate with you, all right? Okay, now give me a second because I feel like I have y'all slightly crooked, so we gonna try to fix that. Maybe that didn't help. All right, that's the best we gonna get. We gonna go with it, all right? So welcome. I'm grateful you decided to check me out. If you are new here, if you are returning, welcome back, loves. So happy to have you here and excited to tune in to this Libra Scorpio full moon lunar eclipse, okay? Very, very powerful energy. I'm sure many of you are feeling it already, as am I. But I really do feel like this full moon is going to highlight, how can I say this? Because this is the last full moon in Scorpio, eclipse, excuse me, last full moon lunar eclipse in Scorpio for a minute, for a while, okay? Hi, Chaylee. Thanks for being here, love. Happy full moon to you. Y'all, I did a Pluto retrograde reading on Patreon, okay? So again, if you're interested in the content over on Patreon, the link is in the description box below. And that reading was pretty much like recollecting or revisiting all the little aspects of our souls and our cells that are still icy, right? Pluto is that planet of ice. Now, Pluto also is ruled by Scorpio, right? Which is what this lunar eclipse energy is centered in. So I feel like this, a little bit of that. So for my Patreons that are tuning in, it feels like we're going to kind of extend that Pluto retrograde reading in this particular full moon tarot reading. But I kind of get that. It's like the last purge, the last review, the last upheaval of all things cold, dark, and icy in our subconscious energy, for us to integrate, for us to embrace it, for us to accept it, to acknowledge it, right? No longer hiding. This feels like the full moon where we as a collective can no longer hide from ourselves. No longer use distractions. I mean, we all have free will and free choice. What I'll say is distracting yourself is going to be a lot harder over the next 6 months, right? Because remember, lunar eclipse energy lasts through in the collective consciousness for about 6 months post its peak, which is tomorrow, okay? Yeah, I just think Scorpio and this Libra energy and the full moon, they're not letting us run from ourselves anymore. We can't hide anymore. Things come out to the full light, and a lot of the things are gonna feel unpleasant, or what we seem or view or have a perspective of, oh, this is unpleasant, oh, this is like not the best parts of me, or oh, you know, maybe even a little bit of shame is wrapped up in this for the collective, like things that we never even consciously are aware that we're ashamed of, but subconsciously we're carrying that weight of shame. That's going to come out if it hasn't already. And again, this is over the next 6 months, y'all, okay? So if you see this reading repopulate in your feed couple months from now, a few months from now, rewatch it, because I guarantee you, you have switched or transformed in some way, or you're in a different energy. There, whatever comes out will support you where you are, okay? I don't know why they wanted me to say that like that, but support you where you are. So we're all in different spaces and different places when it comes to our growth and our healing journey. We all have different things to heal and to grow from and to evolve out of, right? We all have our own unique blueprint. So whatever this looks like for you, whatever the work you've been doing, this full moon is going to bring your attention to the things that you're not even aware of. Or, yeah, beautiful uncaging, exactly. Awakening genius, a deep breath, and smoke and mirrors. So that's what I'm saying. It's the things that we still hold illusions around. For some of you, it's going to be situations where you're not even aware or you're not fully tapped into what the illusion is that might break here over the next 6 months. Like you're wholeheartedly feeling and believing that something is truthful and it is actually smoke and mirror. Okay, so that's going to be a big tower for some of you guys. Others of you, this is going to be more of an internal thing, like having internal revelations and realizations and a little bit more self-actualization, just kind of accepting. This is the integrating energy, okay? Where you guys are, you know your shadow, you know that it's there, you're not afraid, you're just ready to embrace whatever comes and you're going to integrate it very beautifully. So breath work is going to be important for that group. Others of you, awakening genius. This might be your first go around to having some sort of spiritual awakening, okay, where you might feel a little bit more tethered to the spirit world. You might have people that have passed over from this lifetime with you, connecting with you, reaching out to you in your dream state, showing up for you in your waking life in very serendipitous ways, almost like paranormal activity a little bit for some of y'all. Don't get paranoid. It's just spirit kind of reaching you or almost like initiating you somehow in some ways. Yeah, some of you might be going through your first spiritual initiation. Others of you, this might be a second one, okay, or a third, however long you've been on this journey, right? That initiation process goes really deep and it's not just a one and done, right? There's always layers, there's always levels to what we do here, right? And then others of you where it's almost like the opposite of this is happening internally, right? And you're just kind of like integrating, embracing the shadow, feeling it, feeling your way through difficult emotions and being uncomfortable with certain things, accepting things for what they are, not what you want them to be, that type of vibe. It's almost like the opposite for this last group of y'all, where this beautiful uncaging is an outpour. So you're not keeping it in, like it's not an internal, it's an external situation. It's like things are shifting and shaking externally. You're having to integrate or having to navigate or accommodate a lot of your environmental aspects. Or again, in that way, yeah, it's like they're showing it to me where someone's going to actually realize that they've been caged this whole time. Again, part of that smoke and mirror. So maybe these two are kind of connected or very similar. Someone doesn't realize, and or maybe some of y'all are going to see how your environment has actually trapped you in some ways. And then there's going to be that determination to get out, to untrap yourself. It's like you couldn't even see it. Almost, yeah, it's that transition from safety to, oh no, I've actually caved myself in. Like you build up the wall to keep yourself safe and then you maybe build it a little too high. Or now the wall's kind of caving in on you. So again, these all kind of connect, but I feel like, again, different timelines, we're all at different areas, right? We all have different aspects where this is going to hit. So anything else divine? Hi, Angela. Thanks for being here, love. Yeah. All right, let me go ahead and get your incense lit. And this will start our session. All right. And then I feel like, let me just see, is there anything else? Is there anything else that I need to know prior to this full moon Libra Scorpio tarot reading for the collective? Anything else? Any other important images, messages here, divine, for the collective? I just heard heart space. So yeah, that's that uncaging. Okay. A lot of you are going to feel this full moon in your heart chakra. So it's important to ground through that energy. I do have a chakra healing playlist of frequencies linked in my description box below. It's a great place to start if you're new to sound healing. If you are not new, go to your favorite heart chakra frequency and make sure you ground yourself and steep yourself in that energy, especially overnight for the next 3 days, okay? Whenever you watch this, for the next 3 days. Yeah, perfect harmony. Okay, 11. Yeah, all right, so that means I think we're ready here. We're going to sound our singing bowl. We're going to set the tone. This is an opportunity here, collective, for you to do whatever gratitude or grounding practice feels right and best for you in this moment. I will be doing a silent prayer for you. You are more than welcome to pray along with me. Once that sound dissipates, we'll get into the cards, okay? Here we go. All right. Hi, Patricia. Thanks for being here as well, love. I appreciate you guys tuning in and saying hello in the chat. Oh, okay, yeah. So this deck is a little chunky, y'all. So some of you might be feeling very dense during this full moon, okay? When my decks kind of seize up like that, there's a lot of density to be worked through. A lot of heaviness is how else I can describe that. Some of you might feel that heaviness in your chest. Now, I am no doctor, so again, if it feels abnormal, make sure you go get checked out, okay? But if you do and they're like, no, we don't find anything wrong, just know that that's more of a spiritual heaviness than an actual physical ailment, okay? I don't know about that. Yeah. Again, if you have to question it, go ahead and just get checked out if you can, okay? I feel like for those of you where the heaviness is in the center of your chest, breath work can really help you. Really, really help you. 10 deep breaths, I mean, as simple as that, especially before you go to bed, can help regulate that energy or help you kind of let go of whatever that tension is or let it move through you. Also, placing your palms over wherever that tension is the heaviest and breathing into your palm can be a way of transmuting that energy as well, okay? For some of you, I hope that helps. All right, let's see. Thank you so much. Okay, period. Here we go. Yeah, endless possibilities, okay? Beautiful, beautiful energy. Third eye chakra here. Endless possibilities. That's kind of a nod, I feel like, to where we all are. It's like the pathways are endless. The roads to healing are endless. There's no need to cage yourself in. Yeah, that's for some of y'all. Some of you, this could be the release, especially with the Libra energy, like a caging, an uncaging of the mind. For some of y'all, if you're not feeling it in your heart center, it's like breaking through that barrier of there's only a few ways that this could work out, or you know what I'm saying, and really understanding that, I mean, the variables are endless. It can happen in so many different ways. What's possible for you, I feel like that's what some of you guys are going to start seeing once you move through this density, that anything is possible. Maybe even a little bit of like a confidence boost, okay? Again, it is third eye energy. And I say confidence boost because there was part of you that felt like there was part of you that was maybe a bit narrow-minded about how something could happen. But that narrow-mindedness was, oh, thank you, divine. Okay. So that narrow-mindedness or the path that you felt like was the only way something can happen, or again, one of few ways, was navigating around those ice blocks that I was telling y'all about from the Pluto retrograde reading I did on Patreon. That path was how you avoided all of that. But that's what this full moon's here to do. You don't have to wind and twist and turn. You can be straight through. But you're like, no, I don't want to touch that icicle. I don't really want to feel that. I don't want to go through it. I'll just mosey around it. And it's like, no. Not with Scorpio energy. No. We're not moseying around nothing. We're going to go through it. We're going to actually go through it. And some of you might feel a little bit more confident in your ability to do so. Okay? So 38 breaks down into an 11. 11 might be a very important number here for you. Okay? Maybe some of you tuning in might be November Scorpios. For November Scorpios, this energy is going to be very important here. Tell me more. How else is this helping us? Yeah, we've got opening to discovery. So a lot of higher chakra energy here. 34 breaking down into a 7. Yeah, there's, okay, again. So again, endless possibilities. What's through the peephole here is a whole nother world that looks very different than your current reality. Are you open to discovering paths and pathways that you never considered? Or again, it's some of you, it's this kind of vision switch. I don't know how else to describe it. It's like I see it because they're like showing me go through it. But it's like the moment where you actually, I guess I could say, like tap into a higher frequency or to your higher self, where the world looks different. So through the vision, through the eyes, through your sight, how you see things, the perspective shifts, the perspective changes to very limiting, like 8 of Swords, limited, to almost like the Page of Swords, inquisitive, curious. Discovery has that air of curiosity to it. You can only really stumble upon a discovery if you were curious to kind of go looking for it. Like, I'm kind of getting like that alchemist energy again. So some of you just might have heavy Sag in your chart. Okay, maybe those of you with Sag in your chart might be feeling this energy as well. But yeah, it's just kind of like you don't know what you're going to find until you go looking for it, or until you open yourself up to endless possibilities. So again, there's just this narrow mindset in some areas, in some aspects of your life that are going to broaden, that are going to open. It's like the divine is doing this. Oh, okay. Thank you. That's the horse thing. Okay. So I was feeling that sad. So you know how they'll put blinders on a horse to make sure that they only look straight, that they don't look side to side. Like it's almost like you guys have had those vision blockers on. And so here comes the divine taking them off. And now, instead of just seeing this, like all I can see is this way, all I can see is what's on this road, your vision goes like this. Now you can look all the way 180 to your right, all the way 180 to your left. And there's so much to discover in that space beyond just straightforward, right? Beyond the 90-degree angle. So 34 is sound energy. It's the throat chakra. So throat and third eye. Very, very important to tap into. And in order to sustain the energy of your throat and third eye chakra, you're definitely going to want your heart chakra to be grounded. So that's how that all ties in. Tell me more here, divine, for this full moon. And there you go. You've got 1, the root chakra. Okay. Let's go for 4 during this reading. Okay. Earth magic. So clearly grounding is going to be very important for some of you, especially if Libra and Scorpio energies oppose a lot of your placements or kind of rattle a lot of your placements. For those of you that don't deal well like during Scorpio season or Libra season, this moon's going to be a little difficult and a little intense, okay? Tell me more. Root chakra, and there's the confidence, the solar plexus. Storyteller, the storyteller. So again, when this comes out, 2 images of keys here though, okay? So it's almost like here, collective, we have and I'm gonna say we because I'm a part of y'all, right? We're all connected to the same energy. We have the keys that will unlock all of these new timelines, these endless possibilities, these new stories, new narratives that we want to create for ourselves, new adventures, new timelines. But the struggle could be grounding ourselves enough to be able to sustain, again, the energy. So something about sustainability is important here. So some of you might be struggling or feeling as if like I can tap in sometimes, like I could get really, really, really deep in the ethers and then it kind of fall out. Right. And then something comes along and then just kind of pulls me away or distracts me. Maybe that was that distraction energy in the pre-channel. And then I kind of build back up and then all of a sudden I'm distracted again. So something definitely in the root chakra, which is where, again, your security is. It's where your sense of self, the I am, Aries energy. Okay. So you could have some strong Aries in your chart here. For those of you that resonate, you don't have to resonate with this reading. I'm just pointing it out. Or you could have a lot of placements in your first house with 1. And then you got in perfect harmony at the bottom of the deck again. And again, the storyteller is you have the keys, you have the pen, you get to write what happens next. But the possibilities are endless. Oh. Some of you could be in that like analysis paralysis. Be careful with that. And now again, I'm saying that as if you can really turn that off. You can, right? Everything's possible, but it's difficult. It's difficult. Because it's a balance. It's where, okay, yeah, now you've broadened my vision, but now what do I do? Now there's so many things that I can consider. You almost feel stuck. Like, which way do I go? I don't know. So like an overload of options. And it can feel like that. They're just showing me like a wave. So for some of you, you're going to go on that wave where you were very kind of focused and centered here, tunnel vision in one way. The divine is going to broaden your vision this way. And you're going to be excited because it's like, wow, I never thought of this and I never thought of that. And you're going to discover so much. But then it's like overload a little bit. Well, now that I know this, what do I do that? And now that I'm aware of that, what happens here? And then, oh my gosh, what do I choose now? Because I could choose anything. What is it? That's where the groundingness comes in. So there's this need, because Scorpio energy does connect to our desires. It's sacral chakra energy. There's a need to be very much in tune with what it is that you desire, because that'll help you weed through and fine tune which way to go. Does that path lead to something that I desire? Yes. Okay, we follow, or we explore, or we think more about it. No. All right. Then that's not where we're headed. So it's finding the beauty in the gift of vision, right? Not many people are gifted with vision in that way. And for those that are, you know the burden of it, because it's like, I can see so many things, but which one? Where do we start? So then it can kind of be difficult to tap into to desire. Like, well, what is it that I really desire? And in order to do that, you got to get grounded. So again, earth magic comes out when it's important to spend time with nature. It's important to kind of get your feet on the ground, get into some natural solitude, right? To really tune into what it is that you desire. Not what anyone desires of you, but what does my higher self, what does my soul yearn for in this moment? And how can I align my feet, my steps, my path, my mind with the opportunities, the spaces, the places, the people, the things, the thought forms that will help bring that in, that will bring me closer to that. So some of you, scripting is going to be very important for you over the next 6 months. Be mindful of what you're writing out. Okay, make sure it's only things that you want to experience. And if it's anything that you feel like you need to purge from the past, make sure you burn it. Okay. So like if it's, I just got to get all these emotions and these feelings out, write it all out, but burn it. Don't let it sit and don't let it settle, because then that's what will manifest. That's for some of y'all who are like into scripting in that way. Yes, seeing it different. Anything is possible. Oh, there you go. Second mention of courses. Okay, so good. I was seeing that for a reason. Thank you for always confirming, Angela. I appreciate you, love. All right, so for my number people, again, we have 38 breaking down into an 11. We have 34 breaking down into 7. You then have a 1 and another 7, but 17 breaking down into 8. And then another 11 with perfect harmony over here. Okay. Let's go ahead and get into the tarot. For the chakras, again, we have third eye, throat chakra, root chakra, and our solar plexus. Again, like I said, I do have a curated chakra healing frequency playlist linked in my description box below this video and pretty much below every video here on my channel. So if you're scrolling around and watching around, you can always connect with that. You can also save any playlist that I've created here to your own personal YouTube. So as I update it, you'll know when I add new videos, which I do frequently. I try to do weekly, okay, if I can, if I come across a good one. All right, let's see. Tell me more here, Divine, about endless possibilities, opening to discovery, earth magic, and the storyteller for this Libra Scorpio full moon lunar eclipse. What's okay? I was staring and I kind of caught at endless possibilities, so let's get into it. 6 of Cups. So that tells me that this is a lot of the collective returning to childlike energy. Ooh. Okay, so your inner child is actually like a Queen of Wands. Okay. There's more of that Aries energy. Could be also Pisces, could be Leo, fire sign in general, but Pisces, Aries, cusp, and Temperance. Could be Sag. Okay, there we go. There we go. So this is almost like, I feel like an agreement between your inner child, right? And we have this beautiful child here in the Oracle card of endless possibilities. Your inner child coming out to play. Making an agreement with your inner child of like, okay, this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to do it. This is what we've always wanted. This is what we desire. So your inner child does have a gift for you over the next 6 months. I feel like it's the inner child that takes your hand and says, here's what you desire. Here's what we want. Here are my list of demands. Right? It's almost like, oh, you know, it's so crazy. For some reason, I was singing like Christmas songs all day today. Just like randomly humming Christmas songs. I'm like, y'all, it's May. Like, why am I thinking about Christmas? But I feel like that kind of connects because it's the inner child, like writing a wish list, the storyteller. What do you wish to experience? What are your wishes? What do you want your family to gift you? I was going to say Santa, but let's not do the smoke and mirrors, right? But like, yeah, writing your wish list. This is what I want. And I want a pony. And I want a Barbie Jeep. And I want all of that. It's like, that's what I feel like your inner child is bringing to you. You're your inner child's Santa, I guess. Yeah, they have a list of demands. But for some of you, in order to really hear your inner child clearly, there's a need to get grounded. Because to start off with all of this higher chakra energy and then to dip down into your root chakra, that's a lot of chakras in between that we're skipping over, okay? So we want to make sure that we're in that sense of balance. Again, temperance energy is that alchemist. So if you like that book, it's one of my favorites. This might be the time to reread it, okay? To see if you get anything else or see how you can kind of apply the lessons in that book to your current situation. But the 6 of Cups, Queen of Wands, it just feels like you're coming into balance with your inner child. Your inner child has an agreement for you. This is what I want. This is what we desire. This is the story I want to live out. I've always dreamed of doing this. This is what I want. You know what I mean? It's like, and there's a nostalgia around it. Some of you are going to have maybe like those memories from like Christmas past and like moments that your soul is going to bring you back to, that is truly just your inner child talking to you and saying, confirming that, yes, this is something we've always wanted to do. This is something we truly do enjoy because we've been doing it since we were kids. And for some of you, you've maybe lost touch with a few of those things. Like, oh yeah, I did used to like really be into this as a child. I totally forgot about that. Open to discovery. What does that look like now in my adult age? Do you know what I mean? It's like, so it's little tiny pieces. Those are the little ice chunks, the little tiny pieces that have been iced over, that we've neglected for a while, that we've forgotten about, that have been, for some of you, I just heard like ripped from us, torn from us, or shame. Oh, some things that maybe you were shamed for. Or that's a little deep. So for some of you, it could be that deep. Like you were shamed for liking certain things as a child, or I like to give the common example of, let's say you always wanted to be an artist, but you were raised in an environment where people are lawyers and judges and doctors and business people, and it's like, you don't make money doing art. You need to go into a field where you can make money. And then you're like, oh, okay, so I don't want to be a starving artist. I don't want to be broke. Like, I'll just go the traditional route. So that's what I mean by like shaming and or that redirection or the shutdown, or kind of like maybe even some of your dreams being crushed in a way. That feels like a very harsh way to say that, because it might not have been that active, but in the light of love for those around you, where they just practical, you know what I mean? They wanted you to be practical, think practically, like no one ever really makes money. That's like a 1 in a million type of thing. It's breaking away from that conditioning, which we've been doing for a while. And it's revisiting those things. Like, actually, no, I can maybe be a successful artist, just for the example's sake. I've always wanted to, I really enjoyed pottery classes, or going to those, what was those, like you get the little figurines and you paint them and you put them in the kiln. It's like some of you guys might want to get into that. Not all of y'all for that specific example, but whatever it was. I always wanted to skateboard as a girl, but no, because that's a boy thing, I never got to hop on a skateboard. Like, go do it. I really do feel like that's the uncaging. So some of you maybe aren't even, or weren't fully aware of how you were even caging yourself in. And that has come up quite a bit in the recent past here on my channel. So I really do feel like that's what's rising from the subconscious into the conscious mind here, collective. And a lot of you are open. Like a lot of you are like, yeah, let's try to bring that from the Six of Cups into what I'm creating and what I'm manifesting in the now. The story that I'm writing in the now. I just heard like dirt bikes. Some of y'all have like, I've always wanted to learn how to ride a dirt bike. Go do it. Go do it. There's nothing truly stopping you. And honestly, that's what I feel like the power of Scorpio energy is. It's dark and it's heavy and it's cold, and it brings you through that death and rebirth process and the endings and the beginnings and the shadow, to let you know that there's nothing to fear. Nothing can truly stop you if you're brave enough to be open to it, right? Like if you're just brave enough to face it, it can't stop you. It's only the fear of it stopping you that's actually stopping you. That's the smoke and mirrors, I feel like, for some of you guys too. It's the fear that something's stopping you that's actually stopping you. When there's really maybe nothing truly in your way, okay? Now take that with a grain of salt, because again, you know your situation better than any reader. But that might be the ending realization here. Like, oh, I'm actually getting in my way. There's really nothing stopping me from doing that. So tell me about this endless possibility. That's what I'm saying. 4 of Cups. Something has always felt unreachable, unattainable, or a pipe dream. Or that can never really happen in my life. That maybe happens for the lucky few, but I'm not so lucky. It's those stories. That's why the storyteller is here. It's to be mindful of the narratives and the things we speak over our life. And clearly here with this throat chakra, it's like, rather than, oh, that'll never happen, I wonder what that would be like. It would be so cool to do that. It's like, that's what you want to utilize your throat chakra to assist you in creating these narratives and these new thoughts, this new pathway, right? Nothing's truly impossible. No, I really would love to do that. That would be so nice if I could. Like, it's changing your vernacular, really. It's changing how you speak. And a lot of people don't think that that's important, but it absolutely is. You have to be very, very diligent with the words that you choose, especially when you're in high vibrational energy. Okay? Because it feels like that's the deep dive for some of you guys. Mastering the throat chakra. Some of you, it's just on repeat. It's like on autoplay. How you've convinced yourself to stay in the cage. Come on now, High Priestess. How you've convinced yourself to stay in the cage. Because it's safer there. You know? Nothing ever really bad happened to me in the cage. Or, you know, it's daring to discover. Daring to take that key and open the door. So this sense of bravery, I do feel like, is coming in here. Yeah, Page of Cups. Page of Cups is another card of endless possibilities. Endless emotional possibilities. So it really is about how you feel. Because for some of you, when you think of something, a feeling arises. I think it's the feeling of shame for a lot of you guys. You think of something, your inner child tries to kind of like knock on your door and say, hey, can we start doing this? Like, let's get back to this. And the thought of doing that brings about some feeling of shame, or brings about some feeling of, oh, it'll never work, or, oh, that's just silly, right? Like something, oh, it's almost like a false sense of maturity around something where you really need to be playful and kid-like and lighthearted. It's definitely something you were taught. So that, again, I think might be a repetitive energy throughout the next 6 months. Tell me more about the High Priestess and the Page of Cups. Wow. The Eight of Wands in reverse. So how are you holding yourself back? So it's a feeling. I can't get away from that. It's a feeling that arises when you think of doing something that then pushes you back into the cage. Some of you, there could just be this conditioning of being overprotective of yourself. I struggle with that too, so you're not alone. Where again, it's like the people around you, or it's just been ingrained in you to be hyper aware or just hyper protective of you. Maybe due to various reasons. But again, I think that's what comes up, the fear of the unknown. So again, Scorpio coming in to light the way through the darkness, as they do. The fear of the unknown. And it's like Scorpio's trying to tell you there's no fear. There's nothing to fear. Because all parts of the unknown are parts of yourself. It's you. It's not something outside of you. It's not something disconnected from you. It's just another facet of you. High Priestess. So internally, you know that there are certain things. I think, yeah, some of you know exactly what's holding you back. It's just getting the emotional courage and the emotional strength to overcome it, which I pray comes to you during this 6-month period here for this lunar eclipse. Page of Cups says baby steps. Baby steps. Just take it slow. You don't have to take it all on in one day. But tell me the energy between... Okay. Yeah. Well, you know what? Interesting, it flew over here. I'm going to put that there. The Four of Cups and the Five of Cups. So this could be a fear of being disappointed. The fear of being let down. The fear of it not happening the way you wanted it to. Or again, it's like something going wrong. Spilling over. Messing up. It's like, I don't want to cause more harm to myself, more damage. Somebody, okay, for someone out there, this could be a few of y'all. somehow you've been convinced that doing something that naturally comes to you, it could even be something spiritual with the high priestess here, that something that comes very natural to you is harmful. Oh, this could have like a religious type of tone to it. Like you maybe always been spiritually gifted, emotionally gifted, very intuitive, endless possibilities, like even from a child, seeing things, hearing people, you know, very tapped into the spirit as a child. Some of you could have even had like imaginary friends that weren't really imaginary friends. They were more than likely your angel guides or your guardians. But you know what I'm saying? So it's like shame, shunned out of it. Oh, that's weird. Don't do that. Who are you talking to? Stop. Da da da. So then it's like fear can actually block you, can cut you off from your gifts if you allow it to. So for some of you, that could be what's coming online over the next 6 months. But yeah, some of y'all, oh, there was a hidden card over here, the Queen of Cups. Some of y'all definitely, yeah. It's that energy of that's dangerous, that's wrong, don't do that, or you could hurt yourself, or what will people think of you? You know what I'm saying? It's a projection, pretty much, that you're gonna face and break through. Some of you have very, very powerful emotions. To go from the Page of Cups straight to the Queen. Hold on. Let me make sure my deck ain't upside down. Nope. The Queen of Cups, the Page to the Queen and the High Priestess and the Eight of Wands would say, don't fear your feelings. Your feelings aren't necessarily who you are, but they point you to what you need. They're almost like messengers. They're like signals, right? It's not who you are, but it's letting you know what's out of balance, what you need to pay attention to, what you want to be more aware of. Yeah, so this is what I saw in reverse, and it's coming back out. The Six of Wands. If you are grounding yourself or doing something like that, like something needs to be done without acknowledgement or like away from the public eye. So you know how they say like don't announce your next move in that way? It's like this is really between you and spirit in this moment over the next 6 months. What's coming up out of this lunar eclipse is between you and spirit. High Priestess here. And Temperance, more angelic energy. So it's not to be paraded around. It's not to be showboated. It's not to be like, hey guys, look what I'm doing. I'm here. It's not for that. This is something that needs to be held very sacred. Is truly between, I think your inner child is present here too. So your inner child, source, divine, God, Allah, however you name it, and your conscious self, all in communion to work through this. Now, I don't like tapping into this type of energy, but it is coming up, so I'm just going to say it. For those of you where you feel like, and I don't even want to say feel, where you know for sure and for certain that somebody has been trying to play God in your life and tinker with some earth magic or tinker with some magic in general, to try to block you, to try to stop you, to try to keep you stuck and stagnant and still. And you know this for facts, not just I'm thinking it because things haven't been going well for me lately. Like, you know for sure that this person is messing with all of that to try to mess with you. It's not going to be successful. So something was unsuccessful that was maybe attempted in that way. But I feel like with the storyteller coming out, it's just be mindful of the stories you agree to. So if you and that's so serious, especially when it comes to you know, you hear it a lot in this community, like, oh, people doing magic on you and da da da. And I'm not saying that that stuff does not happen, because it for surely does. But don't be in agreement with it. Don't be like, oh yeah, you know, for sure. You know what I mean? It's like, yes is a very powerful word. Don't say yes to that. No, absolutely not. Nothing done in that realm, nothing done in that way is prosperous over here. I don't have to do anything to stop them, because I'm not going to even touch that. I'm going to let the divine handle that. But it's not successful. So if that is a thing, if that's something you've been worrying about, or that's something that's been heavy on you, it won't be successful. Because again, when I say this popped out in reverse, that's what made me think like, oh, maybe my deck is reverse. And I reshuffled and it came back out. So tell me why the Six of Wands is in reverse. There we go. The Seven of Pentacles. Yeah. So whatever somebody was thinking that they could do, going to whomever, child, wasting their time basically to try to keep you stuck and stagnant, it's not touching you. Because mind you, with the Seven of Pentacles and the Crow Tarot, that pentacle nest is up in a tree. It's elevated. It's protected. So you know how I say here on my channel, for those of you that have been with me for a while, that the Eight of Cups is the point of no return emotionally? The Seven of Pentacles is the point of no return as far as finances, stability, material gains is concerned, in my opinion. That's what I'm getting out of this pentacle nest being high up in the tree. It's not falling down. It's not grounded. It's not on the earth. It's high up. So all that done out of lower vibration, not touching you. And just be mindful of what you're digesting. A lot of those energies that mention a lot of that, again, that can seep into your psyche, and then you can kind of think that that's going on, and then that's you making an agreement that yes, and that can open up the door for that. So again, keep yourself spiritually guarded and protected against that type of thinking. So again, I say that not to say that, oh, people aren't really doing that. No, for sure. People really do waste their time with that and spend a whole bunch of time trying to do that to affect other people. Absolutely. But we don't agree that it works. So don't give power to whatever this person or these people, because for some of you, it might be people are doing. Don't give power to it by saying, oh, they are, or you know what I'm saying? Oh, they're doing this to me. No, they're not. They're doing that to themselves. That it's not coming over here. Ain't no me in that. You understand? Be mindful of that. For those of you that are kind of dealing with that or feeling as if you're dealing with that, you're safe here in this pentacle nest. Okay? And maybe the divine isn't moving you forward because whatever this unsuccessful magic that could be surrounding you or could be trying to come at you, it's a lesson for these people who are doing that. So it's like, it's almost, again, the divine works like this. The divine will hold you in the Seven of Pentacles to make these people think that whatever they're doing is working, to see how far they're going to take it, to see if it ever dawns on them that, wow, I really am wasting a lot of my precious life force on someone else, and I could be using that for myself. Like, it's like God's giving these people who are doing this a chance to come to wake up, to click out of that. So the illusion, that could be the smoke and the mirrors. The illusion is whatever this magic is that they're thinking they're doing is working. And it's not, but that's the smoke and mirrors. This is a test for them. Has nothing to do with you. Again, do not be in agreement with that. Okay, tell me more about the Six of Wands in reverse and the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, Three of Cups. Like I said, this feels like people. And look at that, y'all. Come on now. And you got the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah. You're where you need to be, collective. Again, if it's not moving forward, it's intentional, because trust the divine, Temperance is here. There's something in the works. So often what feels like a setback for us is really a setup for someone else. Both good setup and bad setup. So let the divine work what they have to work and let them do their plan. But for some of you, this is like a group of people. And just like I said, you're up in this pentacle bush here, in this pentacle nest in the tree, and look at where the Three of Cups is. Scrounging on the ground for cups that are tipped over on the ground. Not drinking cups up in the tree too. No, on the ground. So if there is that fear of, oh, I fear people are doing something to me, and yeah, strengthen your root chakra, because can't nobody do nothing to you that you don't agree to. That's the power of the throat chakra. What you say will be. Okay? That's why no weapon formed against me shall prosper is such a powerful statement. And it's said often. Okay? So, let's see the energy between an emperor. It could be an emperor. Ooh. Could be I just heard unhinged. Yikes. Could be an unhinged masculine. This could be friends of this emperor. This could be I just heard an ex. That's really sad. Very sad and unfortunate. It could be an ex here. That's like hired people. Jeez, that's a waste of money, huh? Hired people that is recruited. I just heard like their flock, or they're like their minions, or like, you know, the people who flock around them to go dibble and dabble towards you. It's like, get a life. Honestly, truly. If I could be so frank, get a life. Yeah. No. Do you know what I mean? It's like the Four of Pentacles. This person, if this is a particular person who's like sending people to do this, or like asking people to do this, they're having a hard time letting you go, collective. They're holding on to whatever they thought they had with you. Child. Yeah, some of y'all could be Scorp Sagittarius. If you watched the love reading that I did recently for them, it's like absolute delusion. Delusion. Okay, child? That's all I could say. Pure delusion. Now, on the opposite side of this, though, the Emperor is, again, you taking control. Emperor takes control. Takes the lead. Okay? So you control the narrative. So if you don't want to agree to people doing stupid stuff, getting themselves wrapped up in low vibrational energy to try to wrap you up in something that you're never going to be wrapped up in, okay? Then don't say it. Don't agree to it. No. You know what I mean? Use the power of your throat chakra as a force field, as that type of barrier. Let the story you tell yourself be different. Because truly, if that's what they want to spend their time doing, that's on them. That ain't got nothing to do with you. You're focused on what you got going on. They want to be hyper-focused on what you got going on. Okay, that's their choice. That's their free will. You don't have to feed into that and go toe-to-toe and return to sender. None of that. None of that. That's tapping into the energy. None of that. Because that's operating out of fear. Oh, it's fear. Well, maybe it can work. You're giving them so much power when they're powerless. Do you know what I'm saying? That whole return to sender ideology is giving power to the people who send it. It's like, oh, they're powerful enough to do it. Ain't nobody powerful enough. Period. Nobody walking this earth powerful enough to disrupt what you have going on, child. And that's how you got to walk. That's how you got to live. That's how you got to talk. That's how you got to think. That's the statements you have to make. Because then that's what will be true. That's what will be written. So, emperor up a little bit. All right, tell me more about the storyteller and this solar plexus energy. Yeah, the tower. Let's fall out of that story. Let's let that crumble. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. For some of y'all, that's a big one. There's many ways you can say that. Okay? Tower. Somebody's time is up. Time is up, child. With that clock tower, time is up. No more giving power to people like that. No more of that. Too evolved, too protected, too loved by the divine for that to even be a fear. I was about to say something else, but we gonna keep it focused. Okay. Tell me more about the Tower and this storyteller. Why is the Tower here? Why is time up? Why? Because you're too supported. Listen to me. Listen to me. Collective. Fixed. The barrier. The wreath around you. The guard around you. The protection around you is permanent. It's not going anywhere. It's not going to shift, and it's not going to move for anybody who wants to piddle and paddle and do stupid shit like that. Like, come on now. This is what I'm saying. You got to write the story that I am protected. I am grounded. There's that Scorpio energy. That's what I mean. It's like Scorpio, a lot of people fear the dark, but Scorpio's like, you're protected in the dark. Why are you afraid? What are you afraid of? You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's getting to that. That could be the barrier that's being broken through over the next 6 months. Why am I afraid of people who don't even have power? Like, people ain't touch real power and they like, it's not gonna happen. It's not. So again, whatever the smoke and mirror is, the divine is setting that up to see. I feel like, again, God is merciful, right? God will always give you a chance to redeem yourself. That's what this feels like for those of you that might be dealing with that. Whatever smoke and mirror that the divine is setting up that is actually protecting you is giving these people a chance to get their lives together. Get on the good foot. Wake it on up. Because time's up. The Tower in the world. Sooner or later, right? We got to realize, oh, it's really not working. It's not happening. All right, I'm going to leave that there. The world, you're protected. You're supported by the universe, by God, by the divine, by Allah. Okay, that's the story we're writing. Constant protection, always. It's fixed, it's permanent. It'll be with me in this lifetime and every other lifetime. It's not going anywhere. Okay? Yeah, so come about that. Come about that energy, collective. The Three of Swords. It can't. So when you're in that vibe and in that mindset, it can't hurt you. You see what I'm saying? It's not about being numb, and it's not about, oh, my ego and I can't be touched. It's not that. No. If I'm going to be touched, it's going to be touched by temperance. It's going to be touched by the hand of the divine, not by low vibrational. That's not even welcomed around here. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, it really is just like an understanding and an acceptance of that is the story. The story isn't, oh, people did magic and I was blocked and they wrapped me up and they did it. That's not the story. Time's up on that one. We're not feeding into that anymore. Okay? Story is, I'm at the world. I'm done with that cycle. I'm protected. I've learned. I'm supported. I'm safe. That's the root chakra. Because that's what I mean. That's what really that plays on the fear of not being safe. You're safe. You are safe. If you got to repeat, I am safe, I am safe, I am protected as many times as you need to, please do so. Because that's what I feel like is going to activate that solar plexus. Because really, anytime you're agreeing to that, that's a weak solar plexus. That's a weak will. Strengthen your will. That goes out the window. That whole idea of being under attack goes out of the window. You're not attacking me. What you're doing is attacking yourself. You understand? It's like it takes a minute to get there, but y'all, I see it happening, and y'all will get there. Okay. So no more stories of heartbreak, no more stories of betrayal, no more stories of people doing things to you, and it's no more. Some of you guys, and I'm going to be honest with you, as I always am on this channel, some of you, that story was allowing you to play victim. Was keeping you in a victim mindset, keeping you in victimhood. 5 of Cups. Oh, they spilled my 3 cups. You know, like, oh, what am I to do? You got 2 more cups. You better turn around. and get the getting. Okay. Again, and honestly, look at even the parallel, right? The same 3 cups that are spilled over here in the 5 of cups are these 3 cups. The way that the crow here is angled down, focus and attention on that. That's what I mean. You're giving power to that idea that these whomevers are powerful enough to affect change in your life, to stop you from something. Are you serious? For real? They that powerful? Never. Never. You want to go play tricks? Tricks is for kids, child. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Tricks are for children. We not children over here. It is what it is, though. You know, it is what it is, and that's the whole thing. You don't have to seek revenge. You don't have to go on the, well, I'm gonna get that. No, because then now you're going toe to toe in their low vibrational energy. You just stay up in your pentacle nest, and you wait for the divine temperance to come and tell you when to move, when to shift. Because it's all a part of a greater plan, all in perfect harmony. So that's what I'm trying to say. Whatever stall is a smoke and mirror illusion to those who think they have some sort of power over you, to give them an opportunity to snap out of it, grow, learn, and realize that they're only harming and caging in themselves. All you need to do is learn how to rest and be patient in that season, because the divine is putting you up in that pentacle nest for a reason, not to punish you, but to protect you, the world, until this tower comes down. The divine doesn't want you anywhere near this tower energy. Why? Because you don't need to go through that. You've already grown through it. 3 of Swords in reverse, which is what we love. Those swords are falling out. So this is the next 6 months. This is the full moon lunar eclipse that breaks us all free from telling the old tales that keep us sad, disappointed, hurt by what other people did, and we're not giving them power anymore. Because again, that's what's so crazy, and what's, again, Queen of Cups so powerful about emotion. Page of Cups to the Queen of Cups. Just simply thinking about it almost puts a lot of us back into the energy. And then those feelings grip us. And then now we're feeling like we're going through it all over again. It's like, that's what's stopping. That's what's ending. It's like turning the story from, oh, that was my greatest heartbreak and it was just so painful and da-da-da, to that was my greatest lesson. And I'm so grateful for what I was able to learn through that pain. But now, I'm excited to experience happiness, joy, fulfillment. Like, you see how we transitioned that a little bit? It's like, I just heard access points. Yeah, these chakras here could be access points, especially the solar plexus, where knowingly or unknowingly, right? This is where the energy leaks are. And so in order to patch it up so that we can complete that cycle, we can move forward, move on, trust that we're guarded, protected, supported. It's like these 4 chakras are the ones that have the holes in them, the leaks in them. Okay, that we have to clean up. So tell me more about this Queen of Cups and this Emperor energy for the Libra, Scorpio, full moon, lunar eclipse here. What's going on? Why is the Queen of Cups here between discovery and earth magic? Yeah, 3 of Wands. Once you again, a lot of you, this is going to be a feel to heal situation. You have to, a lot of those ice chunks that I were talking about are iced over feelings that you either didn't allow yourself to feel, stopped yourself from feeling for whatever reason, shame, tiredness, don't want to do it, whatever the case may be. It's like once you feel and thaw all of that out, you then immediately hop into the Queen of Cups energy. That then creates this level of optimism. I am seeing the star in the background here. It's like it gives this sense of hope. And I'm just heard someone's name could be Hope, or you might know someone named Hope, or hope might be a word that you've seen quite a bit. It's Three of Wands, it's optimism. It's looking out on the horizon, trusting that the divine is bringing in exactly what you wished for. You wished upon a star, right? Endless possibilities. The stars over the crown chakra and the third eye here on this child. So what you discover, again, is how, for some of you, your emotions were holding you back, or whatever emotion comes up when you think of your inner child, or whatever your inner child brings forward to you. Pay attention to how you feel about it. Or you feel guilty, shameful, embarrassed, disappointed, discouraged, right? It's like pay attention to that, capture that, feel your way through that, reinforce the new story here. I'm actually supported in doing this. I'm encouraged to explore this. Like, I'm open to discovering what this could be. That truly is the Three of Wands, being open, facing forward towards discovery. What is there to experience? What is there to come? Whatever it is, I'm going to embrace it. It's like waiting at the cliff with open arms, the Three of Wands. So tell me more about this Emperor. Two of Pentacles. Yeah. I just heard buying time. And this is what I mean by getting, sun card. This is what I mean by getting the life together. Okay, so on both sides, for those of you where that fear of whatever people doing, whomever, okay, that's the opportunity the divine is trying to give these people a chance to balance themselves out, get that stuff together, spend their time wisely, okay, before that tower comes. For those that will refuse to, they're going to be in the tower, and that's their business. Others of you where you're being asked to step into the Emperor and, again, control the narrative, write the story yourself. Don't let other people write it for you, or just be more mindful that you are actually holding the pen. It's going to help you find a deeper sense of stability with the Two of Pentacles, although it is trying to find that work-life balance. Again, it's like, what's more important to you? The old story or the new story? What feels the best when you weigh it out? What's a little lighter? What's a little heavier? Again, it's the options are yours. The choice is yours. It's really up to you. And with the sun being at the bottom, clarifying again in perfect harmony, it's this joy. Like, it's just joy. It's freedom. The sun is also connected to the inner child. The Empress is right behind it. And the Ten of Cups. Right. This is the new story. I have a lot of joy. I have a lot of success. I have a lot of happiness. The sun in the solar plexus. Right? I'm abundant. Everything I need comes to me. I have it all. And if I don't have it yet, when I need it, I will get it. The Empress. And all is right in my relationships. That's a Libra energy, relationship, partnership. I'm in union, I'm in partnership, I'm in connection with those that balance me, that support me. Not those that try to block me, harm me, none of that. It's not even worth mentioning at this point, is what I'm trying to say. Coming out of that Three of Swords so that you can embrace this. Okay? All right, y'all. I am actually really excited. We are going to get 2 oracle decks here to end this out, okay? I went ahead. Hi, Tiny. Thanks for being here, love. Hi, Mise Meat. Looking into scripting 2 days ago. Exactly, love. Get into it, okay? That was a confirmation for a reason. I went and purchased the Crow Oracle, the Urban Crow Oracle. That is the partner to the tarot deck. So I'm going to pull from those. And then we will get our moon mantras at the end, okay? So thank you so much, Divine, for this beautiful chakra reading for the Libra Scorpio full moon. Lunar eclipse here for the collective. What important themes is this lunar eclipse bringing in to consciousness and awareness for the collective? Based on, okay, that's a lot. It is a new deck, so it's a little slippery. What else does this collective need to know regarding this reading? What ending messages do you have? Uh-oh. There's some Taurus energy here. Here comes my puppy. Come on now, y'all. You see how thick this deck is? What did we pre-channel? Perspective. 35 breaking down into an 8. Perspective. Okay, we're going to read these from the book, okay? Because it's short. They're very, very short. What else? It's an abundance. I'm telling y'all, don't, 3 of Swords in reverse. We done with all that. Abundance. The perspective of abundance. You have everything you need. All that you need will come to you in ample supply. Right? That's the story. That's the scripting. That's the reframing of the mind, of the words you choose. Okay? Don't give power to those who are powerless. Just don't. What else? What ending messages are here for this reading, Divine? What else? Thank you. And survival. Yeah, what you had to do to survive, my loves, was necessary. It was needed. Okay, some of you had to be the emperor to survive, to balance out, to balance those 2 pentacles, to take control of your life over your situation. Some of you, the 3 of Cups could be family, okay? So you had to be the emperor and lead yourself and support yourself in that way, survival. But that's not your story anymore. Okay, you survived. Do you understand? It's past tense. You survived. 3 of Swords in reverse, past tense. You've gone through that. The world and the tower, you survived. You've done enough for what your soul needs right now. Now we're about to be in perfect harmony. Now we're getting into the Sun, the Empress, the 10 of Cups. And that's not survival. That's abundance, right? That's rest. For some of y'all, you really do need some rest, okay? So let me pull this book. 35 and perspective. Ooh, I almost turned right to it. Crows really do hang upside down. The birds take this position to get at the food that would not be attainable otherwise. When you take a moment to stop, disengage, and open your mind to seeing the situation from a different perspective, you might realize there is more information available that will assist in ensuring the best course of action is taken. When perspective appears, your situation will benefit from slowing down and holding off any significant decision making, as you may not have all the information that is available to ensure that all aspects of the situation are considered. So think about it. You're running on that fear, and I don't know why I keep getting pulled into the, oh, somebody's doing something to me, that type of thing. You're running off that fear. That's that windy road. Okay, well, I got to now do this because I'm afraid they're going to do that, and da-da-da-da-da. That's fear-based. That's that rabbit energy. No. Straight through. You got to do all this. No. Straight through. There's nothing to fear. Nothing at all. That's the perspective, okay? All right. Let's go over to 1 and abundance. The crows on one side of the bay know that the canary is a source for steady and easy meal. Canary? Canary? Did I say that right? Canary? Anyway, making gathering food an effortless task. As a result, they spend their days enjoying their location. However, the crows who reside on the other side of the bay where food is scarce find searching for food much more difficult. And as a result, much of their days are spent focused on survival. So you're getting to the other side of the bay, according to the crows, okay? You're getting to the side of the bay where the fish are plenty. The food is plenty. You don't have to scavenge. There's not survival mode. It's just there. Okay? The crows who do not live on the, I'm just going to say, cannery side of the bay are unaware that an easy food source exists just a short distance away, nor do they have the time or energy to waste exploring areas farther away. Abundance brings a reminder that there is a place where you, too, will find a myriad of possibilities, endless possibilities, the alignment. I love it. Focus your energy and attention on not what you lack, but what you know is out there waiting for you, the Three of Wands. Let your intuition be your guide. Abundance may appear if you need a reminder that from your current position, you might not see what is out there waiting for you. Of course, most of the time, this card represents a positive outcome. However, because these crows can be a bit cheeky, the meaning could very well indicate an abundance of something less favorable. Okay, see, this is where we write the story. The book says such as an abundance of water in your basement. Okay, so again, depending on your perspective, right, how you choose to see things is how you set yourself up for abundance. Whether it's an abundance of misfortune or an abundance of fortunate events. It's your choice. Two of Pentacles. What do you focus on? All right, let's go ahead and look at survival, and then we will get our moon mantra and end the reading, okay? The crow is trapped in a bush as the hungry fox patiently waits for his meal. When we are in survival mode, we are restricted. We, like the crow, cannot fly. This card calls your attention to how you are feeling about a situation. Are you hunkered down waiting for the threat to be over? Come on now. What were we just talking about, right? The threat of people doing that and da-da-da-da. It's like that could even be what was caging you in. The fear that someone's going to do something and oh gosh, and just be mindful of what you feed your mind, okay? Are you hunkered down waiting for the threat to be over? Or are you moving, doing your best to find a path out? When we are in survival mode, our possibilities are limited by a creative mind solely focused on getting through a difficult situation. It's in this space that we are not thinking about future opportunities, as the decisions we make are done so to simply release any immediate pain. Because of this, we risk accepting a quick fix that limits our growth. Okay? So that's spot on. Spot on with what we were picking up here, okay? Let's go ahead and get the moon mantra for this lunar eclipse. Thank you so much, Divine, for this beautiful, beautiful reading and reminder for the collective. What moon mantra is important for this collective that connects with this reading to say aloud and repeat and affirm for themselves? What mantra is important for this collective that connects with this reading to repeat and affirm for themselves? We got a few here, okay? My unhealthy perceptions of balance and harmony skewed who I thought I needed to be. I'm gonna put these in the comments, okay? I release the need to will myself into being someone I am not. Some of y'all had to be the emperor to survive, but you're the empress. The empress came out with the 10 of cups and the sun. Come on now. I make space to honor my truth, my heart, and my needs. This validates and nourishes my soul in the deepest ways. It is safe to let go of the stories, the thoughts, and the expectations. I am whole, I am worthy, I am free to be me. Y'all, if that did not just wrap up this entire reading and everything we just pulled so seamlessly and so beautifully, thank you so much, Divine, for bringing that all full circle. Again, I'm going to type these out and pin this in the comments, okay? So you guys can come back to this reading, take a screenshot if you need to, repeat this out loud to yourself, write it down for yourself, okay? As many times as you need. But that is absolutely beautiful, and that's exactly what this Libra Scorpio energy, okay, is helping us navigate through. All right, so thank you guys so much for tuning in. This has been your full moon chakra energy check-in. I hope that you found this helpful and insightful and maybe filled with some confirmation around what you got going on and what's maybe to come here for you. If you resonated with any part of this reading, let me know so in the comments, okay? You can just say I resonated. You can go into a full story. I love to hear it all from y'all, okay? Leave your favorite emojis down there as well. Even if you don't want to say any words, that's okay too. I just love to see who is here, who is connecting with this, okay? Thank you, Angela. Thank you, Tiny. Thank you, Mise Neep. Thank you, Patricia. And thank you, Chaylee, for showing up in the chat, showing your love, and being here with me. I appreciate you all. All right. Love you all so, so much. And happy full moon. Enjoy tomorrow. Enjoy the next few days, the next 6 months. And again, if you see this reading pop up again for you in your YouTube feed, make sure you tune back in, okay? Because you might connect with something else in a different way. Alrighty, my loves. I will see you all in the next one. All right. I'm going to sound my singing bowl just to kind of close this out because I feel like we need it. All right. Here we go.